everyone, today I'm making a video talking about a procedure I'm going to be having this week. So I'm going in for an iron infusion that's intravenous through a vein because I've had low-grade iron deficiency for the last sort of 5 years. I have tried oral iron, which obviously goes down into my bowel, and I've also just tried general multivitamins, but all these things, because of my gastro issues, just make me really ill. So there's no point in doing it. It just makes me worse in the long term. So we went out of the area, saw one of the specialists, and they said, yeah, you can have an iron infusion. So that'll take 5 or 6 hours, and I'm just hoping that I don't have a reaction to it because I am a little sensitive little thing. If you react to iron, there's certain things you can't have in the future, but I'm trying not to worry about it. I'm hoping it'll all just go smoothly. So I'm going to talk about what I'm taking with me. Obviously, I'm going to be taking my phone with me. The hospital I go to, you get 12 half-an-hour sessions of free Wi-Fi. So 6 hours of Wi-Fi, that's the time that I'm there for. It's usually pretty good. I've used it as an inpatient before. So I'm just going to be scrolling through Facebook and Twitter and actually getting on top of my messages, because if anyone has tried to message me, I am terribly sorry. I have genuinely been really ill the last couple of weeks. I've been in bed, I've had an infection and then antibiotics to get the infection, which I've been allergic to, and then a virus on top. I'm sorry about that, but hopefully this next week I can reply to you. I'm also going to be taking a diamond painting. If any of you have ever done a diamond painting, it's basically a paint by numbers with rhinestones. So I started doing these because my physio said, due to my peripheral neuropathy, I can't feel my hands, that I need to get doing some more intricate things again. A pen at the moment is a bit of a tricky thing for me. I can't really use them overly well. If I do, it's taken a lot of thought and effort. With these diamond paintings, you have like a straw with like a sticky bit on the end, and you can attach the rhinestone to that sticky bit, and then you transfer it to your painting, which is stickier, and the rhinestone stays on there. I'll just show you a couple that I've already done. That's one, and every gem has a corresponding number. As you can see, the dial is sort of along here. I've also done this one. I've done so many. They have been a great thing to be doing when I've been in bed, and they've actually been quite cheap. You have to wait a while for them to come, but I really enjoy doing them. So I'll also be taking my headphones. They are Bluetooth, but I've had to buy a plug-in wire because on Monday I'm getting my hearing aids, and the guy said that I need to wear them all the time. So that was a bit of a shock, if I'm honest. I was thinking I'd just have to wear them in social situations. I don't know why. I'm going to be listening to an audiobook. Don't know what yet. Maybe The Physician's First Year or The Real Doctor Will See You Now. I think that's the title. I have just finished Little Fires Everywhere. Oh my goodness. That is such an amazing book. And I think the fact it was an audiobook made me like it even more. I don't really like stories normally when they travel around characters and it's their opinions and perceptions, but actually it really worked in this book. And I will also be taking my knitting machine. So if any of you have seen a knitting machine before, it's basically like a massive circle like that, and you thread your wool in it and you turn a handle, and then you get a long tube. I'll show you those in a minute. But for me, because I've been having muscle contractions, it's been really good for helping me sort of exercise that area. This is what you get out of your knitting machine. That's like 130 rounds long, and this is what you make out of that. So obviously it's different wool. You tighten the top end and the bottom end, and you sort of fold it in on itself, so it's like doubling over, and then you fold the brim, and that's your hat. I've knitted many of those over the last few weeks. I've bought lots of wool from Lolly's Wool Shack. Now if you're a knitter, I've just given you the best place to buy wool from because it is so cheap. Finally, I will be wearing this gorgeous dress. I received this as part of Chronic Illness Bloggers. It's an organisation that helps bloggers with chronic illnesses find things that are appropriate to their channel or their blog. And for me, this dress was very kindly given to me for review by Inga Wellbeing, and I'll put a link to them in the description because they are just gorgeous. The clothes, and you wouldn't actually be able to tell that they were medical. It is designed quite similar to a procedure gown. Now I think we've all been there when you put the procedure gown on but there's no back to the procedure gown, so you end up showing your derriere off to everyone on that ward. There's no dignity. Whereas with this, it's like a kimono style at the back, so it goes across like this, and then you've got your tie at the front. I feel really secure in it, and I actually really like it as a dress just to wear. It has poppers all over the place, so you're very accessible. So if you have a Hickman line, there are poppers here. If you have a tube or are a frequent flyer of the endoscopy unit, you will love this. For my tube changes, I always have to end up showing off more than I want to, whereas with this, it's literally just poppers, so I don't have to take a gown off completely and feel like I've got nothing on. It's such a good idea. I can't believe I've never come across this before, actually, and it makes me think, like, why couldn't other ones be better? Because I just think the dignity of wearing this is so much better, and I could also, you know, put my phone in the pocket and travel home in it. It's really quite light and airy. I'm filming on the hottest day of the year so far, and I'm not sweating, which is huge for me because I've got temperature dysregulation. It is quite expensive, but as I said, if you are a frequent flyer of the endoscopy unit or just hospital in general, such a worthwhile buy. It's so nice to feel comfortable while you're waiting, and it doesn't feel starched like a lot of hospital gowns. Well, they do. Hospital gowns just feel not yourself, and then they smell like acidy, whereas this really doesn't. It's from home. It's a bit of comfort, and I think when you're in hospital, that's when you need some comfort, and that's when it's hardest to find. They also make jogging bottoms and some very comfortable looking tops. I chose this because it's definitely going to be the best thing for me, but take a look for yourself. I could imagine this would be brilliant for anyone that has an ileostomy or a colostomy, just because of the easy access. Even if it was just for the first 2 weeks after your operation, when you're like, I've got this thing, what do I do with it and how do I cover it? It's so loose and it's so easy access that I actually think it would be a worthwhile investment. And it's also really, really good if you're getting used to tubes or you have tubes. Normally you have to thread them out the bottom of your dress, and if you catch them it hurts. Whereas with this, you can just thread them out the side using this sort of abdo area to open and shut. I'm just really made up with it. Take a look if you feel like it. It was sent beautifully wrapped in tissue paper and with very nice stickers. So thank you for working with me, Inga Wellness. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all sometime soon. The next time I'll film, I will have hearing aids and I will have had my iron infusion. So I guess I'll fill you all in on them. Bye.